Hi, my name is Sebastian Matteau, and in this video we're going to take a look at a slightly more complicated type of decorator than in the Decorators 1 video, namely decorators that accept arguments themselves, right? So I'm not talking about functions that accept arguments and that are decorated, but rather decorators that themselves accept arguments. And if that sounds a bit abstract, it will become clear if I give you some examples. So let's start with the function to begin with that we are going to decorate. And this is a very simple function. It's going to be a random digit, a random odd digit. And what it's going to do is simply say a return random.choice. So it's going to return a random odd digits. Now, which odd digits do we have? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. It uses random.choice. So we also need to import the random module. So here we have a fairly simple, I would say trivial function that returns a random odd digit. Let's call it to see that it works. 5, 9. Okay, fine. Now, what can we do? What kind of decorator can we apply to this function? Let's say that we want to have a decorator that raises the return value to the power of 2. So I say, okay, power of 2. So we're going to start with the regular decorator that we've seen before. So not a decorator that accepts arguments. So, okay, let's define that decorator. Def power of 2. Power of 2 takes a function as the first argument, right? So it's the function that's going to be decorated, in this case random odd digit. We define an inner function. In this case without arguments, because random odd digit does also not take arguments, right? So this is not without arguments because the decorator doesn't have arguments, but it's without arguments because random odd digit also has no arguments. And what it does, it simply returns, it executes the function and raises it to the power of 2, and we return the inner function. Okay, a very, very simple decorator. Now if I execute it, we get 49, right? 7 to the power of 2, 25, 5 to the power of 2. Okay, so this works, right? So now we raise the return value of random odd digit to the power of 2. This is a regular decorator. But say that what we want is a slightly more flexible decorator, namely that we can specify to which power we want to raise the return value. So say that we want to say power of 2, right? So we want to, what we're doing here is assuming, which is not true yet, that our decorator power of is called power of, and it takes as an argument a value that will be used for the exponent. So in this, if we do power of 2, it should be equivalent to our original power of 2 decorator. How can we do this? Well, to do this, we need another layer of functions, and it sounds very complicated, but if you walk through it, it's actually not that bad. So what we're going to do is say, okay, we define a decorator, and we call it power of, but this is actually not really the decorator yet. It is sort of a meta decorator that will return a decorator. That sounds abstract, right? So what do we need? Well, we need to pass it an exponent. And what does it return? Well, it's going to return a decorator. So let's say that power of 2 is our decorator. We define that in the body of our meta decorator. And that's what we return. And then in the inner function, rather than always raising it to the power of 2, we say raise it to the power of exponent. Let's first take a look to see whether this really works. If I execute it, 1 to the power of 1. 49, 7, right, to the power of 2. Let's say to the power of 0.5, right, so taking the square root. 3, so that is the square root of 9. 2.6, I guess, is the square root of 7. So this works, right? It works technically, but what is actually happening? Well, the following is happening. It makes perfect sense if you understand how it works. We call power of with an argument 0.5. So we call this function. This function returns a decorator. In other words, it returns this decorator that we've defined here. In other words, this decorator will become essentially the decorator that we have here. And it works just as we've seen before by returning the inner function that will replace the decorated function. Right? So we're first essentially the power of dynamically, you could say, generates a real decorator that's returned, and from there on that real decorator works in the way that the original decorator also worked. So in order to have a decorator that accepts arguments itself, right? So here we have a decorator that accepts arguments. You need to add another layer of function, and I would refer to that as a meta decorator, if you will. Okay, so I hope that's clear, right? So it's a bit nested, but the actual logic is not that complicated. Now let's say that we have, and this is actually quite a common scenario, that we have a decorator that can accept functions, can accept arguments, so 0.5 in this case. But if we decorate it without any arguments, it should fall back to a default. Now we could do that very simply by saying exponent equals 2, right? Then we have a default exponent of 2, and that would work, but it would require us to always execute, put these parentheses around power off, right? So this would work. It falls back to a default. But if we do this, and I think that's nicest, right? So we simply don't really call it, but we simply decorate directly. This would crash. This would do something very strange. Why? Well, because essentially we're then trying to replace our random odd digit with this decorator. So we're actually replacing the random odd digit with the wrong function. We're not replacing it with inner, but we're replacing it with the decorator. That's not what we want. So how can we solve this problem? Well, to do that, we need to inspect essentially what the first argument is, because there are two possible cases. So let's call this arg, indicating that it's an argument, but we don't know yet what it is. Then we're going to do the following. We say, okay, if callable arg. So if arg is a function, that means that we're doing this, what we've seen here, right? So if we're not passing any arguments to our decorator, then arg will become directly the decorated function. So in that case, arg will be callable. What do we do if arg is callable? Well, we say the exponent is 2. That's our default exponent. And then what we're going to do is return the decorator with the function arg. Let's see if this works, right? So this is for this particular use case, we've solved the solution. So if we're essentially not calling it with arguments, but we're simply using it as a straightforward decorator, that means that arg is the function. And what we're going to do is return the inner function immediately. That works, right? You see, we fall back to a default exponent of 2. But now we need to deal also with cases where we are actually explicitly defining an exponent. In this case, arg will not correspond to the function that we're decorating, but it will correspond to the exponent. So we will have to say exponent is arg, and then we say return decorator. Does this work? Yes, it works. So you see what we're doing here seems quite complicated, and I have to admit that I don't think it's the most elegant solution in the world. It is, I think, the most elegant solution that's possible in Python, but it's still not terribly elegant. But it does work, and it's not that complicated. So basically what we're doing, we're assuming that our decorator always has an argument. If we are not passing any arguments to the decorator, that argument will be the function that we're decorating. And then we simply treat it, our use case, as a regular decorator. So we're directly calling our decorator with the function arg. Else, we assume that arg corresponds to the argument to our decorator, in this case the exponent, and we act as a meta decorator and we return the decorator function. Right? So here we act as a direct decorator, and here we act as a meta decorator to cover those both cases. Okay, now, so I hope that makes things a little bit clear. In most cases, I think you will either define decorators that take arguments or define decorators that never take arguments. But as I've seen here, you can also be very flexible and allow your decorator to accept arguments if they are passed and do without arguments if they are not. But in that case, you need a little bit of logic in the body of your decorator, as I've indicated here. Now, if you're still interested in decorators, then follow me to the next video about decorators, Decorators 3, in which we're going to take a look at how you can use decorators to replace functions by instances of classes. That sounds kind of complicated, but it's actually pretty neat and offers a lot of flexibility. Thank you.